right, guys, it's another episode of Easily Annoyed.
Woo!
We are back. It is just the two of us because
We didn't get a guest.
Corona's going back up.
Yes, sir.
So that's fun.
Yes, sir.
So Evan, your grandpa was just visiting recently. You want to talk about that? Some fun things.
Okay, so I haven't seen Griffin. I saw Griffin for the first time yesterday in about a week. My grandpa, shout out Grandpa Arnie. You're probably listening to this. Love you, but last week was a shit show. So little back.
Before
we're cursing now. We're cursing now.
It's happening.
So fuck you guys. We're cursing now. We decided to make this PG-13 because it's not normal for Griffin and I to just not curse.
We've been having issues with it.
I have a list in my book of some alternative curse words, like you flipping sucker, you.
And if you listen to the Mama's Boys episode,
yes.
At the very end, Miss Pascal says her favorite curse word, and it was a breath of fresh air.
It was a breath of fresh air.
Made me feel good. So
thanks, Mama. Okay, so anyways, but yeah, so my grandpa was here last week. It was a big deal. So he's been wanting to come up and see us or have us go down and see him. And he's in Florida. It's where he lives. And obviously, like, things are not good down there. Like, dude, Florida.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit show, Florida is so freaking bad. But so my mom didn't want him to fly up because of the obvious risks. Yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, we'll come drive down, pick you up, and bring you back to Virginia, and then you can fly back down." Because like she's worried about him, but he's not for some reason worried about himself. But my mom was like,
"Oh yeah."
My mom was like, "Oh, you can't like come bring anything to us, especially because my dad has diabetes, so like that would have been bad."
Yeah, my mom's grandparents are the same, or my grandparents, my mom's parents are the same way, where they like when most people were quarantining, they were just like going out to stores and going to the country club and like just acting normally. And my mom was like, "What are you doing? Like, you need to
Where are they?
Stay inside." Delaware.
Okay, so it's not as bad there as it is, but it's not good anywhere.
Wilmington. So there's some very nice areas and some very not nice areas.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, so they made, I guess, an agreement that my grandpa could fly up, but he would have to like self-quarantine for 2 weeks and just like he's been going out to restaurants and stuff like that with his friends. Mm-hmm. So my mom was like, "You can't do that for 2 weeks." I guess my grandpa one day, he was like, "Hey, like I'm going out to dinner." And my mom was like, "No, like you can't. You said you weren't going to." And he was like, "Okay, I'm going to cancel my plans."
Uh-huh.
So week goes on. I pick him up from the airport. We drive back to the house. He starts talking to my mom. And literally like 5 minutes into him being in our house, he's like, accidentally slips up and said he went out to go to dinner.
It was 5 minutes in? I thought he took a while.
Oh, hell no. He was in my house for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then
so it's instant chaos.
Instant chaos. I mean, like, it was bad. So my mom's like, "So you lied to me." And he's like, and so yeah, that was bad. My mom was pissed at him, obviously, like, understandably. I mean, come on. Yeah. And then like he's putting us at risk for that. And then I'm still convinced he's fine. Like, he didn't have anything. He that was like a week or a week and a half before he came, and he was asymptomatic. And being older, like, he probably would have shown symptoms earlier on.
Yeah, faster.
So I'm he's fine. He wasn't like eating inside the restaurant. It was basically like takeout, but he just ate at a table outside the restaurant.
Okay.
So that's fine. But yeah, so it was bad. My mom didn't want him to stay. And then they worked it out, I guess, and it was fine the rest of the time. It was just a little awkward. So I was dealing with that for the whole week. And then just to rant on one more thing, and this is something people can relate with me with. Like, you're with your grandparents out in a social setting, and they just like don't understand social cues. We're at this bike shop, it's the Bike Lane in Reston. Shout out the Bike Lane. Mm-hmm. And sponsor us. And then
shout out Peter. That's where you saw him, right?
Shout out Peter Del Molino, if you're listening. But yeah, so we're in the bike shop. My grandpa looks at the same 2 bikes. He wants to get a bike for up here because when he comes up, he's a big biker. He looks at the same 2 bikes.
Wait, is he moving up here?
No. He just whenever he comes up and visits, he wants another bike here. So he's like a big biker.
Okay.
So I'm getting a little thirsty. Need some water. My mouth's getting a little dry. Anyways,
I don't know what to do about that.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so they only allow 2 customers in at a time in the bike lane, the bike shop, whatever. And so we were in there, and there's a huge line waiting behind us, and he keeps looking at these same 2 damn bikes like over and over again, looking at the same things just because he's forgetting like what the features were. And then so he picks a frickin' bike, and then he starts talking to the kid, the poor high school kid who works there. He's like, yeah, so I'm coming up from Florida, and, you know, it's really bad down there. And, you know, he keeps talking about his life. The kid's like, obviously, like, get the fuck out of my shop. Like, we have a line. And, like, everybody just keeps talking, doesn't understand that. And, like, that just pisses me off. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, when people just, like, don't understand social cues. Or when I'm, like, standing with people in, like, a busy place, and they just stop. And, like, they're standing in the middle when everyone else is walking. And so people have to, like, dodge you. That shit pisses me off.
Yeah. At Tech, have you visited Tech yet?
Not since we've been in school. I don't think. I might have been there once.
You'll have to come. It's awesome. But, so anyone who's been at Tech or seen it,
I've been to Tech.
The drill field, you know how there are a bunch of paths across to get from the dorm side to the school side. And so the sheep, who is like 95% of the people, stay on those paths. But there are so many annoying people on those paths, and there's so many people going over at a time, because when you get out of school, for some reason, the colleges, for the most part, have all the times the same. So, like, if you have a 1:25 to, like, 2:30 class, everybody gets out at 2:30. It's not just one class. It's all of them. So, yeah, people will do that where you're walking on that path, and they'll stop in the middle. So then I just started walking through the grass, and then I realized no one does that. So then I started taking videos and being like, look at these sheep. And then the same, my friend Ryan Luzak did the same thing his freshman year. He was like, look at these sheep.
That's pretty funny.
So funny, dude. But yeah, people will just in the middle just like start looking at their phone and just stop walking.
Yeah, like do you not have like
don't bike on the path.
Yeah.
Everybody bikes on the path. Bike on the road.
Yeah.
The roads there are not busy enough for you to be afraid.
People are scared. People are pussies.
I guess.
But yeah, I just don't know, like, why don't you have the social understanding that that's not what you're supposed to do? Like,
yeah.
Like, anyways.
I mean, he was just trying to be friendly, though.
Who?
Your grandpa.
Oh, I understand that. I sometimes you go overboard.
Yeah.
You can be too friendly.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And like
or like my mom talks about how she like will trap kids.
Yes.
Like our friends on the lake. Like if she sees them, like she said she trapped Sam for like. She said she'd probably talk to him for like 30 minutes, and she was like, he probably didn't want to talk to me for 5, but I just kept going.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, sometimes it's different because I feel like when I talk to your mom, like, I'm perfectly happy talking to your mom for however long, but like with this kid, this poor kid talking to my grandpa, he's like, yeah, like my grandpa just kept going on and stuff, but
yeah,
it was annoying, but.
And what can you do?
What can you do? But what have you? What were you doing last week while we were taking our week off, our bye week?
Played basketball a few times.
Yeah. Did
some music stuff, but I didn't. What was weird was, like, I don't think we texted once. Like, we took a real break for a week.
Oh yeah.
And
there was no. I mean, yeah, I was busy the whole week, but
honestly, I think it was good. I think we needed the break to then. Because like if you don't already know, like we've been doing like 4 or 5 a week.
Yeah.
So like.
I don't want to
say we're grinding, but
we're grinding.
But so yeah, it was kind of nice to not really do anything. But now that I think about it, I really didn't do anything. Like I didn't do much of anything.
Yeah.
But
well,
what can you do?
You guys on YouTube might be able to see our new fancy studio and gear. We got these nice microphones. We're killing it. We have another mic on the way.
We're negative $200 in debt.
Woo! So if you want to sponsor us, and then we're gonna make merchandise, and it's gonna be really cool, and we're gonna make some money.
The merchandise will be out by this.
Okay, so we have
There's
merchandise out, and you should go
get
buy
it.
it. But yeah, and then so I also just got Griffin into the show Outer Banks, which I freaking love. Griffin, okay, so here's the thing. It's a girl show.
It is a girl show, and I didn't know that until last night, and
By girl show, we mean drama. It's a drama.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But I was at the Mathis's, and I asked anyone if they had seen Ozark. I meant Outer Banks, but then I said Ozark. And
A little different.
Everyone was like, yeah, we've seen a few. Like, it's good. You should watch it. I was like, okay. And then I was like, that's not what I wanted to know, though. Has anyone seen Outer Banks?
You start watching Outer Banks, and you're like, oh, wait, where's Jason Bateman?
And I was like, has anyone seen Outer Banks? And Aiden immediately just goes, that's a bitch show. Meanwhile, he watched Normal People, so he can't
What is
say
that about?
anything.
Normal People.
It's
Is
just
that on
like
Netflix?
like a high school porno.
Okay, all right.
That's how my mom described it.
Okay.
She's like, they're
High
just
school
having sex
porn.
the whole time, and it's just a bunch of drama.
Hey, listen,
So it's
that's what
the
the kids
same
these days
thing.
are interested in. So
It's the same thing, except Outer Banks isn't. They're just having sex all over the beach.
you don't really see them. Well, because that's part of the show. Like, I don't want to give anything away, but like,
Yeah, don't give it. I'm not done.
yeah,
Don't
keep
say
going, keep
anything.
going. What would you rate it so far? You're what, 7
Yeah,
out of 10 episodes through?
I've only seen 6. I'm on
Okay,
the
okay.
beginning of the 7th, but yeah, if you're a girl or
You said you
Or-
liked it, so
or
as a boy.
you didn't let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Or you're like
Sorry.
Evan and I and confident in yourself,
Right.
you can watch it. It's good.
Exactly.
I
Be confident in yourself.
I don't know what to say, but I mean,
Comfortable.
it's very dramatic, and there's some parts that are like overly dramatic for almost no reason.
Yeah.
And Evan and I talked about how sometimes we can't really pay attention to it because we're like,
Yeah.
okay, you need to calm down with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But no, it's a good show.
Yeah, yes.
recommend it.
So I was hesitant starting it. The only reason I actually started it, so I'm leaving for the Outer Banks. I'm going to the Outer Banks next weekend.
Naturally. Okay.
Naturally. So I was so excited. I needed something to what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like,
Get you in the mood.
well, I was already in the mood. I was so excited. I need something to fill that excitement
Oh, gotcha.
for that moment because I'm so ready to go.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, Outer Banks, I've heard awful fucking things about it. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to start watching and see if they're right. So I start watching it and I was like, also that's the other thing. I think I told you this before. I can't get into any shows right now. I don't know why. I'm just not on my Netflix grind. It's because I'm podcasting so much because we're so good at this. But
you
no,
did
yeah,
say that.
I just I couldn't get into anything. So I started the Outer Banks and I don't know what it was.
I've just been rewatching
There's all the
stuff.
great looking people in that show. People in the show are fantastic looking.
Dude, both the girls are very attractive. I still not 100% on the fact that the main character is
A good looking dude.
really good looking.
So
I get he's above average, but there are so many asymmetrical things with his face.
yeah, it's true. That's true. His lips are
Which, from watching The Office, I know that scientifically, being symmetrical is better looking.
absolutely. That's why
So every time I look at him, I'm like, this is Picasso.
yeah.
I
His
can't. I see
face,
a new part of him drooping. I'm
it's almost
no.
like you took a tomato and threw it at the wall, and part of it started to smush down.
Well, that's me. He's not red. He's
he's
brown.
well, he's not brown.
He's a white person brown.
He's a white brown.
He's like Bradley. He's probably the same.
No, but he's not that tan. Bradley's definitely
He's
darker.
pretty close.
No.
feel like he's pretty close.
No.
I think.
Anyways,
if you mix a little bit of my red and pale with Bradley,
okay,
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. That's true. He looks just dirty.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's what I mean by brown. He literally looks like he just
Yeah.
rolled around in the mud and then.
Well, I
got
think
up.
that's also part of the show because he lives at the beach,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's supposed to be a little dirty.
Yeah, because they talk about the difference is the three. I don't know any of the groups of people.
Yeah.
But he's the dirty Islander group, and then there's
Right, he's
rich-
a pogue.
a rich Islander group, which is
The Cougs,
and then there's the people that are there for a week.
the vacationers. Yeah, which is me. I'm a vacationer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go have
Well,
a kegger with the,
anyone that lives here
with
as
the
a
pogues.
vacationer.
Yeah, it's true. But I think the thing that brings him down the most is the fact that his name's Chase. It can't be
His name is Chase.
in real life. His name's Chase. We talked about that yesterday. His
I
name's
bet.
Chase, And like that just brings you a couple notches down. And
another
the fact that
thing,
he's dating.
Another thing though.
Yeah.
Is that they can't stop calling him John B. His name is John.
His name is John. John Rutledge. Where the hell did the B come from?
God, it's his middle name, but who cares about your middle name?
Right.
No one calls me Griff Mike.
Right. I'm not Evan.
Mikey.
I'm not Evan M.
Oh my god.
That'd be kind of tough though. Evan M on the track. That's kind of tough. I'm like Evan M. But anyways, no. But he's dating the second most
GM
attractive. No, what?
GM
more than
John
B.
Mine.
JB. No, JB's pretty cool. They call him JB a lot.
They never call him JB.
Later.
No, I was talking about you said Evan M.
Oh yeah.
And I say GM is better.
Oh yeah.
But then GMS, horrible.
Yeah, you can't. It sounds like you're like a
Griffin Michael Scanlon. That sounds okay.
But that could be like your celebrity name, Griffin Michael Scanlon.
But if you shorten it to GMS, cancer. There's something wrong, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's some sort of.
Oh crap! I have GMS.
I have a disability, or there's something going on with me.
What happened to you? Oh, I have GMS.
Oh, I'm sorry. You only have a week to live.
You have GMS.
Oh, that's not good.
You're dying of GMS.
See? Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
What about
EMP? That doesn't sound like a disease, but it sounds like EMP.
The medical thing.
Yeah, EMT. Are we talking about?
Or the military thing. EMP.
I don't know what that is.
Electrical military plasma
Penises.
something. No, it's like a grenade. It's okay. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We're not military, good. But anyway,
I don't know if you can tell, but I wouldn't do that with the military.
Oh, we're flexing. Okay, but anyways,
oh yeah, for the people, I guess I don't think we've done. Luckily, like the first 2 episodes I had where I was taping but then didn't put it out.
Yeah.
I was talking about like my shirt and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think we've done that yet, which is good.
What type of?
We
shirt?
haven't.
Yeah,
been,
yeah,
like,
we haven't been.
Oh, like Evan, your eyes look weird today.
Because we're so good. We're so good.
About?
Yeah. We're so good at this, Griffin. We're naturals. But anyways, I just want to bring up the fact that in real life, so he's in the show. There's a girl named Sarah Cameron.
Oh my god.
And in real life,
so bad.
In real life, this guy Chase, who plays John B, is dating Sarah Cameron. They're dating.
Are you kidding?
They're dating in real life. Sarah Cameron, behind Morgan, is the most attractive girl I've ever seen in my life.
You're such a fruit for saying that. You're such a fruit.
I'm not going to say she's more attractive than my girlfriend. I would not say that. But she's the most attractive.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm just saying, like, you really?
What?
There's no one more attractive than my girl. Like, even if it's true, which it might be, you didn't have to say it.
So you want me to say that she's the most attractive girl I've ever seen in my life?
Well, you haven't seen her in real life, so then.
Okay, sorry.
Because then, like, it's J-Lo. Or, like, Emma Watson.
I think this...
If it's
Sarah Cameron... What's her name? Madeline
If
Klein.
we're talking about in real life, then it's obviously Morgan. But if we're talking about seeing ever, then...
It's Morgan.
Okay, all right.
So,
She's
Madeline Klein... This Madeline Klein is the second most attractive. She's my celebrity crush. Shout out Morgan.
I might agree with you.
Shout out Morgan. Madeline Klein is so...
Who the heck is Madeline Klein?
She's Sarah Cameron in real life. That's her real name, Madeline Klein.
Oh, I thought Sarah...
Sarah Cameron's her name in the show. Madeline
you keep
Klein.
saying Sarah Cameron and Chase, so then I'm getting confused.
Okay, no, sorry. Madeline Klein and Chase are dating in real life.
I actually might agree with you, though.
She thought
Morgan might be more attractive, actually. Because there's something... Again, there's something wrong with her face.
But you just said... I thought you were going to say she's one of the most attractive girls. Yeah. Not Morgan. Sarah Cameron.
Sarah Cameron, but...
No, sorry, Madeline Klein.
Okay. Oh, God. No one's going to know what we're talking about unless you've seen it. But Sarah Cameron, very attractive, obviously.
Yes. I think
she has cheeks like
she has
me.
She has chipmunk cheeks.
That take it away a little
Chip
bit.
cheeks.
Because then it's like...
I like chipmunk cheeks.
Yeah.
That's why I think you're so handsome.
I know. Duh.
Yes.
But I'm just saying. It's like she's in perfect shape, but then her face doesn't match. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think her face matches. I think she's very attractive.
That's what I just said.
You said her face doesn't match.
No. I just said she's very attractive, but her face does not match the rest of her. She's like in perfect shape, but then her face doesn't make her look in perfect shape. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
Also, I was just trying to hype up Morgan. You're freaking just shooting everything down.
No, I would never shoot down a Morgan hype. Morgan, shout out Morgan Lamar. Follow her on Instagram. Unless you're a boy, you kill yourself.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, but
I will
basically,
find you and I will kill you.
But basically, let's try to, without giving any parts away. Basically, what the show is these 3 kids.
No.
From the port. Yes.
4 kids.
Whoa.
JJ.
Sorry.
Pope.
I don't really like the girl.
What's her name?
I don't know.
What's her name?
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look that up.
Oh no! I got it. Give me a sec. It's
What is her name? Is it
like
weird?
Chris.
Oh, it's Kiana.
But
they call her
Key. They call her Key. Yeah.
Got that one. That was good.
I don't really like her.
That was good. Let me move my mic down.
I don't like her because she has some issues because they talk to other girls, and I'm like, okay, that's completely happened to people.
Oh,
before. It's super annoying.
She's annoying.
That's why I didn't even count her. But yeah, okay. So there's 4. No. But I was saying there's 3 poor kids. She's not poor.
She's not poor.
Which is why it's annoying when she's always like,
"Oh, I'm a
Pogue
Pogue."
life.
Yeah,
And
Pogue.
it's
Get
like,
the hell out.
oh,
You're not a Pogue.
you say that because you're on the poor side, and then you go home to your mansion.
Right. Exactly.
So you can't do
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
That's why.
She's a Pogue at heart, but
But she's not.
she's
She's not.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah. So sucks.
Yeah, you can't be like us Pogues, okay?
Yeah, but so it's the 4 of them.
This is literally North versus South Reston. We're the Pogues. North Reston
Yeah, it
kids
really
are
is.
Cougs.
Yeah, like if
We're definitely Pogues.
if a North Reston kid ever tried to say they were poor,
yeah, I would slap them. I'll find you and I will kill you.
I'll end your life.
Griffin, I'll end your life. ASMR.
But yeah, but so it's 4 kids. We'll count her, I guess, as one of the poor kids, and it just starts out with like them being on the beach and like the poverty side, and like they get hit by a hurricane and stuff. So like it's like the issues over there versus
they're without electricity. Like people got their homes messed up and all that.
yeah, like they don't have parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it's the other side where it's like the rich side where immediately they're like, oh, just turn on the backup generator.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. And like the only thing that happened to their house is like a piece of their deck fell over. And so it's basically like the different parts of that, and then they go on like this huge adventure, which you'll find out. I don't want to give anything away, I guess, right? I don't know.
Don't give it away.
But
they're looking for a ship that sank.
That his
dad
was looking for.
That John B's dad was looking for. And there's like a big reward for
finding it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and so it's just that, and then like there's obviously like a lot of drama where it's like.
But there's a lot of action too. Which I
Yeah.
don't know if you've actually gotten to yet. There's a lot at the end of it. There's a
lot of fights.
The last couple episodes, it gets crazy.
Yeah, but it's a good show.
And also the other thing that I like about this show, the last thing that I want to say about it,
Right.
is that it really like there's never like whatever you expect to happen doesn't happen. And that also more comes true towards the end of it. It's just like crazy the last couple episodes. Like last night I watched the last 2 and it was like what the heck just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's good stuff. What would you rate it? Do you know how
like an 8.
Do you know how Dave Portnoy does his pizza reviews?
8 out of 10.
Have you seen Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews?
No.
So if you do an 8, that's a rookie score. You got to give it like a. You can't ever give anything like a 10 because then you're saying there couldn't be anything better than that.
Mm-hmm.
So like a good pizza for him is like a 7.3. That's how I like to do my ratings.
Okay.
So for
like
me,
7.58. It's a good show.
It's a good show. I'm gonna give it a 7.1.
Okay.
I think there would be room for improvement.
Oh, obviously.
I think
I gave it 2 whole points though. The 2 whole points of improvement. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay. 7.1 is 7.5.
If you want me to be more aggressive with it, which is what it sounds
yeah, be a
like.
little more aggressive. Show some cojones.
Like a 6.8, because there are some parts where I'm like, okay.
Okay, yeah, that's probably fair.
Stop talking.
Yeah, 6.8 to 7.1. That's a good.
Yeah,
that's a good rating. Anyways,
but yeah,
moving on.
That doesn't. But I said 8 so people would watch it. Now that we said 6, no one's gonna watch it. But that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? like when you're giving it to people, like when you're telling them about something, you have to
Right, you have to overshoot it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, I would genuinely say it's a good watch.
Yeah.
Like, I would recommend it to somebody. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so we said we're pogues. We're the pogues of restin'.
Of wrestling, yeah.
So, you think you're a gangster?
Okay, people. I am a gangster, and you want to know why? Okay, so the other day, right? So I think Evans before said how sometimes I sleep in the basement because my brother and I need some space.
He's a savage.
Because we sleep in the same room. But so I'm on the couch. It's like 1 a.m, and a spider, like the size of my thumb, right? It's probably like that, like
length or width. It's a long spider.
Width. And then the length was probably like 2.5 inches, right?
Okay.
So it's a big spider.
So like never mind.
Okay. All right. So it's a big spider, right? And at first I just thought it was like, you know that like fuzz that comes off of like your clothes?
Yeah.
I just saw something out of my peripherals. I was watching something on my computer and I just see it like float on the ground, right? And I'm like, oh, it's just that. But it went like 8 feet in like 3 seconds, right? It just went shoom. So I was like, oh, it just like got blown by the fan.
Yeah.
And then I looked more carefully, and I started seeing it like walking. I was like, oh, that's not good.
It starts walking. Gets up on 2 feet and starts.
So I picked up a bottle, and I stood up and realized, oh, that's a spider for sure, and it's a gigantic. So I took the bottle, and I threw it as hard as I could.
And you killed it?
No. You know when the accuracy is actually it's on. But the bottle part of it hits the ground before the other part.
Mm-hmm.
So it like did one of those where like the spider's right here and it went tink,
okay.
hit,
so it was close.
And then hit the other side and then it flew back at me. And then it ran under the couch. And so here's the dilemma, right? You're like, and normally I'd be like, oh, I'm gone. I'm going upstairs. Like, that's it. I'm not sleeping up here.
Yeah.
But this is why I'm a gangster now. I said, F you, spider.
Yeah, F you, spider. Shout out, spider.
And I slept there. I went to sleep like 20 minutes later.
That's
Didn't
crazy.
even think about it again.
That is some pogue shit right there.
Another one? Another spider gangster story? Are you ready for this?
I don't think so.
You know those little black ones that are only like half an inch long, but they like, if you blew them up, would be the, like in a movie, they're the spider you blow up.
Okay.
Right? It's not a tarantula. A tarantula's too hairy, so like those giant spiders in movies, that wouldn't be scary.
Right.
It's like the ones where like the claws are like that. Like
okay,
they curve.
Yeah.
Not the claws, the legs. They curve, right? So it's just like extra like freaky looking.
Yeah.
And it's like shiny black. So I'm lying on the couch and I'm again watching something on my computer, but this time instead of it being on the ground like 2 feet away, so I was like, okay, we're good. It is inches from my chest, just like hanging out by my head.
Yeah.
And so I look down. Usually, that used to be, that's it. I'm jumping. I'm gone. Because I really don't like spiders. Snakes I don't really care about. Like, I've helped my dad kill snakes before. Like, that doesn't, and it was like a copperhead. And we were, like, that was fun to me. Shout out, serial killer vibes. But the spider, this time, I just looked at it and just flicked it. I just went, tink.
Give me some
fist
bump for that. That's
ladies, I'm a killer.
Operation Get Griffin a girlfriend. He will protect you. He will protect you, ASMR.
But only from spiders. Snakes, they can go around. They can be around.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I never kill spiders. Spiders are like super good for the environment.
Okay.
So whenever I see a spider, I try to let it outside. I'm not afraid of spiders.
I didn't kill either of them.
Snakes, I don't like. A snake, I kid you not, like 3 days ago, like on a walk with Ledger. So here's the thing. So Ledger, soft fox, tried chasing it. I had him harnessed. He obviously couldn't go anywhere. We're wrapping around the neighborhood.
Also,
and then
he wouldn't catch it.
Yeah, Ledger's the worst hunting dog I've ever seen in my life. So then we're on the way back to my house through my neighborhood. Ledger, I was on my phone, and Ledger like springs into the air. His feet, this isn't saying much, his feet jumped up above my head. Like I've never seen a dog like
react
spring
like that.
up like this. And I was like, what the hell was that? All of a sudden, I kid you not, I feel like a little like snake. That's not a snake sound.
That's not how it's like. What?
It's like, little snake sound.
Is the snake
like
eating something
no,
at the time?
No, sorry, I didn't hear it.
Have you ever seen those where it's like there's a giraffe inside of an anaconda or something?
Like a deer. Yeah, it's crazy. Holy crap!
And you're like, oh, okay.
No, this was
because then it would make that noise.
I feel a snake slither across my foot.
Oh,
like right over my foot into the grass. And I freak out. I look
okay,
down.
I'm not that okay with this.
There's a little black snake that just went into the grass. Like it just went right over my foot. Yeah.
Okay, then you're good.
No, I knew it was fine, but like I felt it. Like that creeped me out because I didn't see it.
I don't like things being on me. Like
it was really weird. So
like if the spider was on me, I wouldn't have just flicked it. I would have hit it off. And then I'm killing it.
Ledger and I hit feet and we just run. We kick it down the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then this dude sees another freaking fox. The second I look at my phone again,
there are a lot of foxes out now.
Yeah, I know, dude. The fox and the deers, it's crazy.
I haven't really seen that many squirrels, which has to be a correlation.
Probably. I mean, the deers aren't eating them, but foxes are.
Yeah, but the foxes are.
We know Ledger isn't. Ledger didn't hunt anything down.
Dude, no. That chungus isn't getting anywhere.
Big chunga. Big chunga. But, yeah, so that happened to me. Yeah. I'm not a gangster. I'm a pogue. I'll say I'm like a pope. Like a...
You like pope?
Nah, I'm more like... I'm a JJ.
Okay, that's my favorite character.
He's the best actor in the show.
I don't want to talk about this too much because like I feel like
I know. Yeah,
but he's definitely my favorite character. And
watch the show and you'll enjoy this podcast.
I'm gonna say this. I think if I was in his situation, I would be the same way. Like my brother and I were talking about.
Absolutely.
My brother and I were talking about how because like we've talked about before, like when I play sports, if I'm playing good people, I'll rise to the occasion. Yeah. But if I'm playing bad people, I will suck balls.
Absolutely.
So. It's the same thing where my brother and I were talking about how if our dad wasn't around,
even when he is around, like he's a complete chotch.
It's over. We're selling drugs or selling our bodies, and we're on the streets. We barely ever come home. Like we're immediately going the other way.
Right.
Like all those stories where like someone like just had a working mom that was never there, never around, and like they stayed true and like went to college and did. That's not me.
Griffin's not a success story.
No, I'm not. No, that's not what's happening at all.
I don't know.
But yeah. And
he's the best actor in the show. That's my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
I was on
he does like a
yeah.
You know that exact scene.
I know exactly.
Like, oh, okay.
He does that so many. I was on.
Give him the Oscar.
I was on his. I was on his Instagram. I think yesterday.
Do you follow all of them?
No. I just stalk all of them on Instagram.
Okay.
I was on.
You just follow Sarah?
No, Madeline. No, I don't follow.
Dude, it's Sarah though.
I don't follow any of them actually, but I've seen all of their Instagrams.
Okay.
Except for Pope's. That's just weird. That dude is so weird. But
I thought you just said you were like him.
I was joking, but
I'm not like any of those guys. I'm not even gonna pretend I'm like any of those guys.
I think we're both more like John B than any of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. That's my opinion.
It's not bad to be him.
No.
But
good to be him. Be cool to be him.
I don't think
dating
like
Sarah
him
Cameron.
All,
but
there you go.
Yeah.
You and Morgan.
Exactly.
Super hot girl.
Ugly ass.
Don't really get it with the guy.
We'll get back to that in a second.
We'll get back to that.
But I just want to say I was on JJ's
Shout out
Instagram.
Morgan.
Shout out Morgan.
And shout out Evan.
Yeah, woo. We were on. I was on JJ's Instagram yesterday, and he like posts these weird like. He does these weird like mirror videos, so he'll like turn.
Pope?
No. This is JJ.
Oh, okay.
He does this like weird, so he'll like turn the camera and he's like a different character in the mirror, and then he like turns it back to him, and he's like a different.
Dude, it's so soft.
I know.
It really is.
And he's like, I don't know. It's just like super impressive to me. He's very talented.
Yeah.
He will get other roles after this.
Also,
I'll vouch for it.
So jealous of his hair.
Oh, dude, they all got some crazy lettuce on their head.
Was so bitchy.
Yeah.
But his hair, it's so nice looking.
Yeah, it's definitely too good to be a Pogues hair, but it makes it work.
No, but I feel like when you go to the beach, I feel
right,
like the
you
people
get the
that
sea
live
salt
there
and the
always have nice hair.
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Like the girls and guys always have nice hair.
yeah. But anyways, I want to go back to what you said about me and Morgan. So this is a discussion we've had in
Many a time.
yeah,
But yesterday.
We've had
It was the most
yesterday.
recent.
Yeah. So Griffin is convinced that attractive girls are attracted to ugly dudes.
No, that's not what I said. I said I've lowered the percentage a little bit.
Okay.
I would say 45% of attractive girls that are dating someone date an ugly guy.
Be honest, is Morgan one of them?
Morgan's not one of them. No. That's different. Cause like she's above you, right?
Right.
You
Every
guys
guy should be dating a girl out of his league.
Out of his league, right?
Simple
But
as
it's
that.
not. It's not like she's dating. I'm not gonna call anyone out. I can't think of someone ugly that I'd be okay calling out right now. Party it. No, but like, she's not dating. Like, you're an okay looking guy. You're doing just fine. But she's definitely out of your league also.
Yeah, she should
But that's
be.
good.
Yeah. I said to Griffin, like,
That's
the way
the goal.
right, the way I've gotten some success with women in my life is I just pretend I'm more attractive than I am. It's all about that. Like, if you act like you're more attractive than you are, then girls start to think that you are. So, Operation Get Griffin a Girlfriend.
I feel like that's how a lot of douchebags do it. Because there are a lot of like.
I'm not a douchebag.
No, I'm not talking about you.
But I'm just saying.
It sounded like I was talking about. That's not what I meant.
A little bit.
Transition. You know how like a lot of guys that are like popular in high school are ugly?
Okay.
You can think of 5 right now. I could tell you 5, and I'll
All right,
tell
name
you
'em.
after.
Do it.
But it's a mix of their confidence being kind of an ass, and they think that they're better looking than they are. And they do just fine.
I don't think that's what. That's not how I do it.
No, you're not an asshole.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
But
you need to do it. Operation Get Griffin a
But
Girlfriend.
you just said
Yes, what I
that
say?
you act like you are more
attractive than I am.
attractive. So it's part of it.
Yeah.
But you're better looking than the guys I'm talking about.
Okay, but
There's some ugly guys from our high school
I'm just saying
that were
Operation.
doing just fine, and
Yeah.
it really didn't make sense.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Operation Get Griffin a Girlfriend. We do have our first application.
Stop. If
I'm not gonna name. No, we're not gonna name
That's so mean.
names, but we do have a first application for Operation Get Griffin a Girlfriend. I have already vetoed it. I've stamped my the stamp of disapproval. And
Okay.
But yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel
being
getting a
honest.
first application?
I'm not gonna lie, it feels good.
What's changed from the beginning of the podcast? What's changed in your?
I mean, I'm
I mean,
better.
come on. First of all, look at these guns. I mean, that's gotta be.
I mean,
That's changed a
We
little
didn't-
bit,
we
right?
didn't- we didn't
it's
have to talk
crazy.
about it. Look at that. It's just a like yee, just a big,
Look at that right there.
just a.
Crazy.
Oh,
But anyways.
dude, why is it that this looks better than that? Also, the shadow's not helping. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, for some reason, your arm is more defined. That's why I love when people go like this. Have you ever seen someone that's like you're like flex on them and then they go. You're like, stop doing what you're doing.
I don't think I've ever seen that, but I don't know. Operation Get Griffin a Girlfriend is still underway.
Still underway. And well,
If you want to send me some
dude.
applications, I will review them and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Beep. Next, what do you want?
Washington Redskins.
Yes.
You got to talk about that.
In what's the word I'm looking for? In current events, Washington Redskins, Washington No Names, I should say, are changing their name.
They said they were gonna announce the name. Like
So they
day
said
and a half
they were going to
ago.
announce the name. They were going to announce that they were getting rid. They were retiring the name
Oh,
Redskins.
it's not news.
No.
We've known that for like the
No,
last
but
week.
I'm saying like this is news that they are changing their name. So,
Yeah.
have you seen any of the names that they're considering?
I saw. So Red Tails. I was educated on this because I thought that was a stupid name.
Yeah.
So it actually turns out that the Red Tails
His
In-
Ski Yearman.
either World War I or World War II was a segregated black
Yeah, it was
group.
the Tuskegee Airmen's name for their Air Force thing.
And they would paint the back of their tails red, hence red tail, but so that you knew it was them. And like they ended up being like one of the best.
They were very successful.
They were amazing pilots, right?
I want to shout out Daniel Cincinnati, Mr. Cince, for teaching me that in junior year history.
Yeah, but when I heard that, then I was like, okay, that's cool. And then
it's pretty cool.
I don't know what the logo would be, but if it was a plane, that's kind of.
I've seen some pretty cool stuff. Like one thing that I saw was they had like these like really cool wings like on their chest part of their jersey, and they just had like a very fancy R, I think, on their helmet or something.
It's kind of retro.
It's pretty cool. I also saw that they wanted to like put like a logo on one side of the helmet and then like the number on the other side of the helmet, and that's something like pretty much only college teams do. But college teams have way better jerseys.
They really do. Why is that? Also, why is it that just saying retro brought that up? Like think about like the Miami Heat and the Grizzlies.
The Miami Vice jerseys are so.
And the Grizzlies, the blue.
Yeah.
I think they're just the retro.
So
jersey.
Cool.
You're slacking.
Yeah.
The NBA is slacking with the jerseys
right now. Well,
the
NFL commissioner sucks, Roger Goodell. If you're listening to this, go poop on yourself.
Wait, why?
He's just a dickhead. Like, he's a racist and a big Trump supporter, so you can go poop on yourself.
I found out Brady's a Trump supporter.
Tom Brady? Oh, yeah. Huge Trump supporter. The whole Patriots organization is.
All right. But I only became a sports fan, like, junior year of high school, right? I haven't been watching for very long, so I just watch. I don't
follow behind the scenes.
I don't follow behind the scenes. So when I found out that he didn't go to Obama's thing, I was not happy about that.
Yeah, no, he's a Trump supporter. Like, the whole Patriots organization is.
And like Belichick, sent.
Bill the check. So you said Bill the check by accident?
No, I said Bell, and then I said Belichick. I said it twice. I don't know why I said twice.
Belichick.
But Belichick sent him a note.
Yeah.
Like when he got into office. Yeah. So, not too happy with the Pats right now, but they're still my team, I guess.
Yeah, they have to.
But
you can't
I can't change. I'm never going to change either. Yeah. Like I'm a Boston fan for life.
Yeah. Respect.
And that's shout out to Uncle Tommy, because I look out. That's
shout out Uncle Tommy.
I look up to him. And when I was little, I was like, anything he likes, I'll like, right? So that's how it started.
So all kids are with their uncles.
Yeah. And then, because he's actually my only uncle that is, like, super into the only one that's into sports, actually, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like, even, like, when I was little, I remember watching, like, before, flat screens were, like, really a thing. Kind of old. Killing it. But,
killing it.
It was one of those like more boxy TVs, you know, and it was like it wasn't that big either. And I remember he was watching it alone because like a bunch of family was over, and so like they were playing games and stuff or doing something. I remember walking in, and I didn't ever play baseball, so I didn't really know anything about it, right?
Yeah.
And I remember just like watching with him, and I remember him like telling me all this different stuff and like knowing all these stats and players. I thought that was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just, and so instantly I'm like, I don't watch baseball, but I'm a Red Sox fan. I have to be. And then it just grew, because then like when we'd see them and someone was wearing a Pats jersey, then I'd be like, okay, now I'm a Pats fan.
Right.
Before I watched, and then I started watching, and I was like, well, I'm gonna watch them.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I became like obsessed with Kobe Bryant. Like most people who know me personally know that I've always been just like a massive Kobe Bryant fan.
Dude.
Like I mean, like
dude, when he passed, man.
Yeah, it was.
I texted you. I was like, "Are you okay?" Because I was like, "I know this is gonna be rough."
Dude, I cried so much that day, but
yeah, that was actually really weird. Just like real quick, so not being an old sports fan, like an old sports head, Kobe Bryant didn't mean the same to me. I understand he's one of the greatest of all time, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't put him in my top 5, and I would have taken that back. I listened to it. I was like, "Oh, I missed someone pretty big," but I'm pretty sure I put Magic and Larry Bird in and not him. And I was like, okay, well, one of those has to go. But
it has to be Larry Bird.
No.
Okay.
I don't care if it should be. I'm not going to do it. Because Larry Bird's one of my favorite of all time.
Yeah, Celtics
but
player. A white boy.
And people have said I look like him, which is super offensive, right?
You don't look like him.
But I kind of have his hair. When my hair gets longer, so when I play intramurals at Tech, I like it's a mix of like the goofy, like I wear headbands and like bandanas, because partially when my hair gets long, and partially I've started to sweat more because as like you get in better shape, you sweat more.
Yeah.
Which I just started I just found out when I started sweating into my eyes and crying.
Yeah.
So I started wearing bandanas for that, and then so I'll have like a bandana or a headband on, and then I have my shooting sleeve because Devin bought me one. Love you, Devin. Love you.
Shout out, Devin.
But and someone one time, and I was there you go. I was wearing a Larry Bird jersey. There you go, because we were green, and I had just gotten it, and they were like, you know what, you could be like a young Larry Bird, and I was like,
they said that because you're a white boy. That's exactly why
I know.
They said that.
Connor
Madden texting.
But that's a huge compliment, and I see a little bit just because of the hair, because like when my hair is like all over the place, which it usually is, but when my hair is all over the place, it's just like curly and just like he didn't really have a style, right? It was just kind of
all over the place.
All over the place.
If we're being honest, I don't see it at all.
Oh, I don't look like him at all.
No.
Literally, it was just the fact that I was wearing Larry Bird and the hair.
Okay.
But so I'm a good-looking Larry Bird. So
there you go.
I don't know what to tell you, but
Operation Get Griff and Girlfriend ASMR.
When I did this, not good-looking there. I can tell you that. But so I didn't get it as much. Like when all of my friends were crying about it that were sports fans, and like it didn't make me cry, but I was also like, we've lost one of the best of all time way too early. So like that's how I came at it. But like obviously, like now you want to talk about like obviously he's a huge deal to you.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. So my whole room is pretty much like Redskins and then Kobe Bryant stuff. Like that's my whole like sports life, I guess.
Yeah.
So the story of like how I got into Kobe was what was it? It was so I was in bed. I used to listen to this radio, this like big like jukebox looking radio before bed in elementary school. And it was right after he played the Raptors and had this like crazy like 80 whatever point game, and
81.
Yeah, it was 81, and he just like went out. I have a basketball card that has like on it is like every single point that he scored for that game. Like it like
really,
yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so he just scored 81 points against the Raptors, and I remember listening, and I wasn't really into sports at this point. Like I liked sports, like playing, but I was so young, like I hadn't really gotten into like
we've always played.
Yeah.
Like I started playing soccer when I was 4.
Yeah, both of us. Yeah.
Which he still has. When I was over at his house recording one of our songs, he has like our original team.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it was like when Sarah Wolf and Sarah Heinfeld were on the team, and like remember Anna from elementary school?
Anna.
She was like a really like a little short Asian girl, super nice. Kind of quiet.
Our grade?
Yeah.
Don't remember.
Oh God. You know if you are.
Anna.
No, you wouldn't. She moved away. No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Never mind.
When did she move away?
Probably before we were in 3rd grade together. So I think she was always in my class.
Okay. But yeah, no, it was just I heard about him, and then like I was like, oh, this is super cool, like whatever, and then I just became like obsessed with him.
Yeah.
So.
Which like. That in no way is a bandwagon thing at all.
No, because it's like all I knew when I was younger.
I think like a little bit, everybody kind of that's the thing is like when some people say like you're a bandwagon for this or that, like people don't know I'm from Massachusetts, so they instantly are like you're a bandwagon because you like Boston sports. I don't care because we're winners, so you can suck it. But like when you're little and you see someone great, you just go, "Oh, I like him," right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I feel like everybody in the beginning is a bandwagon, and then you stay with it
because you love them, not because they're good.
Yeah, no one else is a bandwagon except for Mr. Mac. That's all.
He's not a bandwagon, dude. Do you wanna debate this? I was just listening to that podcast. He liked them for 15 years after they win. So that's the same thing. You see someone that's great, so you want to follow them.
Yeah.
But he followed them when they weren't good.
Mr. Mack started liking Alabama after they beat the University of Miami, who was a powerhouse.
So he sees someone great, and he goes, I don't have a college team I like. I'm going to follow them. And then they didn't win.
Following winning. And so
but they didn't win every year. They weren't killing
them when they won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they kept winning.
They didn't keep winning.
Yes, they did. Look it up.
Did he not say?
They were complete success after they beat Miami.
Well, I'm not saying Alabama's not great.
Yeah.
It's not a great look, Mr. Mack. But they're not the same. It's not like they were winning the championship every year.
Okay, there was no team winning the championship every year except for Miami at that point, who had just lost to Alabama, who then became very quickly the college football powerhouse.
He still follows them, though.
Yes, because they're still the college football powerhouse.
I don't. But I don't. That's what I'm telling you. I don't believe that it's just because they're a powerhouse.
Okay.
What did you follow Kobe all those years? Would you have followed him if he started sucking?
He did start sucking. He literally was out for like 4 years because of a torn Achilles and every other injury possible.
Yeah, so that's not him sucking. That's him injured. That's different.
Okay, but he wasn't doing anything successful.
Because he's injured.
Exactly.
So it's different.
But I was still a Kobe Bryant fan.
It's different. You didn't see him fall off because he was getting worse. You saw him fall off because he was getting injured. That's different.
He literally missed a whole season.
And how many points did he score in his last game?
Yeah, okay. We're not getting into that. Regardless, he's still my favorite player.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
yeah,
you wouldn't have followed him if you had followed him all those years because he was bad.
I would have been still a Kobe Bryant fan.
Okay,
he got me into basketball.
You say that, but is it not the same thing then?
Look up Kobe Bryant's stats real quick.
Is it not the same thing?
Look up his stats.
We can look up his stats, but I'm saying, is that not the same thing?
Huh?
You see Kobe score 81 points.
Yeah.
And you start to love him, right? Okay,
yes.
So the beginnings are the same.
Yes.
And then they're good.
See, but
the whole time.
He didn't have amazing seasons every season because he was hurt. He literally missed whole seasons.
He did for most of his career, though.
Yeah, but he didn't have. He was hurt for like full seasons.
So then it doesn't count. That season
totally
doesn't
count.
No, then that
he wasn't putting up successful numbers every single season.
Yeah, because he's injured, Evan. If the if the
and
whole Alabama team gets injured, I promise you, Mr. Mack will still be a fan of theirs and wait until they're healthy again or they're done. What? It's the same thing. If the entire Alabama team all got corona and all broke a leg and all broke an arm,
be following the team. That's my opinion. I don't think he would.
I think he'd
Mr.
still
Mack
be a fan.
Literally, he texted me this morning saying he's rooting for the frickin' Buccaneers now. Tell me he's not a bandwagon.
That's not a. You think Gronk and Brady are going to be the same?
The Buccaneers are going to be a good team, dude. They have a fantastic team.
But that's him being a Boston fan and following Brady and Gronk. That's what he said. He literally goes, I'm going to take off a year from Pats. That's what he said. I'm going to take off a year from being a Pats fan, and I'm going to follow my boys, Brady and Gronk. That's exactly what he said.
Okay, that's what he said. But he's not a Patriots fan because of Tom Brady. He's a Patriots fan because he's from New England.
Mm-hmm.
Or from Boston, I mean.
And then he became a Brady fan because Brady was on Boston.
Totally different. Because I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, and that's it. He's a Patriots fan, okay? He's a Patriots fan.
Do you think I'm not going to watch the Buccaneers games now?
Are you going to root for the Buccaneers over the Patriots? No. Exactly. I don't want to hear it.
Actually,
moving on.
Maybe. Depends on the running back. Because here's something. This is why I'm not a...
Depends on the running back. What do you mean? The running back would be Ronald Jones.
Let me explain.
Okay,
then I won't be a fan.
Okay.
I am a player fan first. So, like, when I pick... Listen to the... Let me explain, because I didn't come in I am a diehard Boston fan, but I didn't come in a diehard fan like a normal person. Like, my immediate family here don't care about... They only like playing. They don't care about watching it. unless it's like Super Bowls and stuff like that, right?
Mm.
So I didn't come in being like, like fuck you, you don't like the Pats, right? Or when someone was like, you're a bandwagon, I just be like, okay, we just won, so I don't know what you want, right? I would just go that route. But really, my favorite thing, I love stats. So I follow. I do. So I follow specific players more than I follow teams. So I was a little happy when the Eagles beat the Pats. Any Boston fan out there, I'm sorry. I love you all. But they got rid of LeGarrette Blount, and I was upset because he was my favorite player on the team other than Hightower. And they got rid of him. So when he went and won on another team, I was like, yeah, you deserve that. Because that's one thing I don't like about the Pats is they don't care about the running game at all. No, it's very annoying.
Yeah,
I know. They never have. And
the last time they cared about the running game was when Curtis Martin was on the team, and that was a freaking brick ago.
Yeah, but so like I felt like with the NBA, the Celtics are my team, but then I really like Lonzo Ball.
Mm.
Unpopular opinion, he's going to come down as top 15 point guards of all time.
Okay, Griff.
Unpopular opinion. It's going to happen.
Okay.
So, I follow him. I love James Harden. I know people do not like that. I don't care. But, like, I'm more like that. So, like, NFL, first, say it's Sunday, right? I go to the Pats game first always. And then, if they're blowing someone out, which they a good amount of the time are, they won't be now, but a good amount of the time they are, right? I then go and look at the other games, and it's whatever team has the best running back, because I really just like the running game the most. So like that's how I watch things. So like in NBA, say the Pelicans are blowing someone out, that never happens. But say they were, so I'm not watching Lonzo, and the Celtics are like their game is boring, right? They're winning by so much or losing by so much. I then go, let me go find like James Harden. I don't care about the Rockets, but I like James Harden. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like that's how like I'm different. Where it's like I really care about the players more. So I get that.
You hear that, ladies? Griffin's different. Operation Griffin.
I'm different.
Girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I get that like following a player. I don't follow LeBron because that's different.
So you like Lonzo, but you're not a Pelicans fan.
But I root for him.
Right. But
like I want
you're
them
not
to
a Pelicans
win.
Fan.
But I don't.
Mr. Mack was a Patriots fan, and now is not a Patriots fan.
And now is a Bucks fan, which is different. But also, here's the other thing though. What's weird about that is, I would rather the Pats win than Brady win. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, because you're a Patriots fan.
Yeah.
He would have literally
rather see Brady win than the Pats, which is something he said. But like, why do you? What's the point in hating on that? Like, that's just how he is a fan. He just follows.
Sure, he's a bandwagon fan. That's fine.
He's not.
We're not getting into this.
Okay.
I'm done.
Well, we already got into it.
Right, we're done. We're done. I'm putting my foot down.
Okay.
We're done. Yeah. I think.
Oh, do you want to? So yesterday, we were picking up Morgan's rug, right?
I think we should save that for a different episode.
Shout out Morgan and Michaela.
No, we'll cut this part out. We'll cut this part out.
We won't cut this part out.
Huh?
Disrespect. Yeah, we're cutting that out now that I just did that. All right. Okay.
You gotta close
ready?
it out. Yeah. Oh wait, I also want to shout out.
There's a few technical difficulties, and now Evan's gonna shout some people out.
I want to shout out Arcia's sweet art. Bardia's mom makes cakes, and they are amazing looking. You can follow her on Instagram at Arcia's sweet art,
and then eat it on the podcast
if you want. She does I'm not even joking. Like, I'm not being biased here. She does amazing work. Like first she's an artist.
Yeah.
So she turned that into
sells like real art.
She sells real art. She turned this into a cake business thing, and I'm not even joking. I'm so impressed. So she does a fantastic job. Go follow her on Instagram, and if you need a good looking cake, tell her that Evan and Griffin sent you. She does such a good job with these cakes. If you need one,
Dude, I love her so much. I
She's
just saw
fantastic. She's like
saw
my
her
second
for the
mom.
first time in
Yeah.
a long, like, years.
Yeah.
And like I hugged her and I was talking to her, and she was like, as soon as this COVID thing's over, like our families have to get together and like
Yeah,
hang
that's
out.
right, yeah.
She's so nice. And then I saw Mr. Kimiyavi too, and like they're
Bobby.
dude, that family, they're so nice.
Yeah,
They're
I
just
love
the
all of
best.
them. It's like my second family. But Archie, if you're listening, I'm coming over some susitoch memorg and some kubede. She knows what I'm talking about.
Those are made up words.
Um,
But all right, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Go check out our merchandise if you haven't already. It should be out by now. It'll be out by now. Yeah, go check that out. Go follow Easily Annoyed Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Go subscribe. Do this, Evan. I don't know which side I'll be on. Subscribe to our YouTube page. We're very excited. This is our first one ever, and I think it went pretty well, honestly.
Like, comment, and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that.
Okay. All right. So we're done. All right. So that's been
Easily annoyed.